Edition with some breaking news coming in. Iran has issued a fresh statement amid the ongoing conflict in the Middle East. Iran has said that on dialogue with the US over Tehran's nuclear program. He's called the dialogue meaningless after Israel's biggest ever military strike against its long-standing enemy, accusing Washington of supporting the attack. That is the latest piece of breaking news that we are getting in. This is a fresh statement that has been initiated and that has come in from Tehran. This is amid back-to-back missile strikes that were launched against Tel Aviv early this morning and last night. And the US, which has sought mediation in the conflict, has essentially warned Iran against any retaliatory strikes. But now Iran has issued a statement calling the US intervention meaningless, and this after Israel's biggest ever military strike against its long-standing enemy. All right, we have a guest joining us live on this broadcast. We have Ariella Rosenthal. She's joining us live, I believe, from Tel Aviv. Ariella, thank you for speaking to Republic TV this afternoon. How do you see Iran's latest statement that is coming in, wherein it has called US intervention absolutely meaningless? And of course, this comes amid escalating tensions between Israel and Iran.
Well, Israel launched Operation Rising Lion, a targeted military operation to roll back the Iranian threat to Israel's survivals. This is, of course, after decades that the tyrants of Tehran have brazenly open called for Israel's destruction. This launch operation is actually for the survival of the state of Israel. People must understand that in the recent years, they've accumulated enough uranium for 9 nuclear bombs. So if we wouldn't stop them, these weapons, of course, would be a major threat on the state of Israel. So people must also see that the strategy of the Tehran over the years and with the fall of the Hamas, the Hezbollah, has just shown that the proxy and the actual operation enrichment of the eating of the nuclear of Iran is falling. Just think last year, Iran fired 300 ballistic missiles on Israel. Each of these missiles carried a ton of explosives and threatened the lives of hundreds of people. So think now, if they could carry a nuclear payload and threaten more lives, we would not allow it. Regarding the intervention of the US, well, I know that they tried negotiations, and I'm sure that Israel sees that this is a life-threatening survival for the state of Israel, and we have the right to self-defense. And I'm happy that my government finally has launched against those who want to destroy Israel.
Ariella, I want to continue staying with us, and I want to understand that, of course, I want to understand how you view Israel, the effectiveness of Israel's military strategy, because, of course, this is something that Netanyahu, Prime Minister Netanyahu, has reiterated time and again, that it's not going to sit back while it lets, Iran launch a barrage of missiles against its capitals. So how effective do you think Israel's military strategy has been, and what can we essentially expect next?
Well, I know that, like we did in the Hezbollah, this is an outrageous, very unique operation. And it's clear that Israel will not allow the world's most dangerous regime to continue to accumulate dangerous weapons, and think that if Iran has a nuclear weapons and wants to destroy the state of Israel, it's not only Israel that will be under a survival. It's the whole Western countries, including the United States. Yesterday, more than 300 missiles were launched on the state of Israel with ballistic missiles. People must understand that. What do you think? They were nuclear heads. What will happen to the survival and state of Israel? Yesterday, 3 residents in central Israel are killed by these missiles, and several have been injured. So this is only from a couple of missiles that they launched on the state of Israel. What will happen if there were nuclear heads?
Well, I request you to stay on with us because we're getting in more breaking news coming in at the moment that on the afternoon of June 14th, I beg your pardon, in the morning of June 14th, sirens were sounding between 8:58 a.m. and 9:01 in Israel's Upper Galilee region following the launch of 2 UAVs towards Israel. And now these were successfully intercepted by the Israeli Air Force, according to a statement that has now been released by the IDF spokesperson, that the rocket and missile sirens were activated as a precaution due to concerns over potential debris falling from the interceptions. So this is a statement that has been released by the Israeli Defense Forces, and this after the Israeli Air Force and their air raid siren system successfully intercepted the Iranian UAVs, the visuals of which are now on your screens. These are visuals from Tel Aviv earlier this morning, and those are visuals of Iranian missiles that were launched from Tehran towards Tel Aviv being intercepted by the Israeli air defense system. All right, I'd like to go back to Ariella for more on that breaking. Ariella, do tell us, you've been tracking these developments very, very closely. What is the situation on the ground really in terms of the kind of damage that has so far been inflicted, upon civilian areas? And can you tell us a little more about how many casualties have been reported and what is the next step in terms of taking civilians to safer areas?
Well, I must tell you, I live in Ashdod. It's the 5th largest city in Israel. It's 20 kilometers from the Gaza Strip. Over 20 years, like other cities in the state of Israel, we are drilled how to actually conduct during emergency, including missile attacks. We were very well drilled by the IDF, by the Home Front Command, which generally tells us exactly how to behave, and all the time via applications prepares us for the situation to come. That means that on a Thursday, between the night of Thursday and Friday morning, we received via our phones, our cell phones, an announcement of the IDF that we must stay close to shelters. Why? We understand that the situation is very fluid and illicit, and then in the coming moments until hours, there will be a different situation because of the attack of Israel on Iran. So we are very well prepared. In terms of city management, we know how to drill. The city is very, very ready for such situations. And you can see that after yesterday, the numerous missile attacks and the conduct of the people of Israel that are very drilled, the casualties were very low because we are very well prepared. That means that yesterday, not all the households in Israel have shelters, bomb shelters, and people know that they have to enter a bomb shelter the moment that they hear the siren. There are some houses that don't have that. So they have other guidelines where to go and get prepared against these missile attacks. Yesterday, unfortunately, 3 people were killed due to the missiles that exploded, and there is destruction, mass destruction. You will not believe there are no, the houses, the streets are really, it's death hold.
Right. All right, stay on with me because we have some more breaking news coming in now. Amid the escalating tensions between Iran and Israel, we're learning that Israel is in fact, Iran in fact has announced that its airspace will remain closed until further notice. That is the big piece of breaking news that we are getting in as we track this story very, very closely. And it does seem, viewers, that